In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
Another bitch bite the cock.
I'm not adopted.
Normally you got to pay for that.
Why does he say that?
I'm not adopted.
Have you ever heard that? Have you ever noticed? He's like, not adopted. And he's like, it's supposed to be like, fucking, he's like scatting or something. Like,
Dude, I don't know.
He's like, but it sounds like, I'm not adopted.
Dude, Hyde Pipes loved the pipe, and I still don't understand anything about his life.
Yeah, they even made a movie about it, and I still
don't
curious.
get it. Yeah, I watched 2 hours of biopic and was still like,
Yeah.
I think I may be more confused now than I was beforehand.
Pretty solid flick, though.
No, it was good. And fucking, what is it? Remy Malek? Isn't that the guy that played him?
Fucking nailed it.
Looked just fucking like him.
Yeah.
And obviously did the homework, because when he did like Live Aid and shit like that, it was like, God damn it. Like, every motion is identical.
Yeah, he did it. He crushed.
So you crushed it, just like we're not about to do on this fucking show, because welcome to the Freedom Friends Podcast. Fuck boys.
That's right. That's
We
right.
are the Freedom Friends, and we're coming to you not even fucking close to live from
the Warfighter Tobacco Studios in
Moist San Antonio.
Oh, it's super
it is
moisty.
super moist.
It's moisty oisty.
It's moist as fuck, and we're running at about fucking half strength there because our good buddy Big Jim got married in fucking Jamaica, and
Yes,
the
sir.
Warfighter boys are down there hanging out with him in,
Yep.
in Jamaica. So it's just us.
Dave's hanging out.
Dave's hanging out. And fair warning, I've been drinking for the last 7 hours or so.
And we'll get to the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, it's good reasoning.
There's great reasoning. But brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FreedomFriends. Score yourself that sweet 15% off. And wellness.us. Use FreedomFriends25 over there for all your CBD needs. That'll get you a quarter off your order over there. Jazz, why have you been drinking for 6 hours?
It's my motherfucking birthday.
Well, sort of.
Sort of. It's 5 days early.
It's not yet.
Yeah. So my birthday's in 5 days. Actually, on the non-Patreon bitches that get to listen to this on the regular schedule, as opposed to our Patreon heroes that get it early. I fucking love you guys.
Yeah.
More than everybody else.
That's true.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
That's true.
You definitely are the favorite children.
If you were a Patreon supporter, we love you more than our regular listeners.
That's true. Sorry.
So-
I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry at all. Fucking, you have bought my love. And the fact of the matter is that everybody's a whore for something.
Somebody just pulled in.
Jesus.
Great. Anyways, so to our non-Patreon supporters, you are actually going to hear this, and it's already been my birthday.
Yeah.
For the Patreon supporters, they're going to get this.
Actually, I think they get it on your birthday.
The Patreon supporters will get it on my birthday.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Jazz.
Thank you very much.
For those guys.
To those that aren't Patreon supporters, because apparently you have $5 that needs to go to some major corporation instead of us.
That's right. I love the guilt trip.
Yeah.
Love the guilt trip.
Just saying. So when this goes off the air, it's your fault, not mine.
Fuck is that?
Allison.
Fucking, we don't have time for this.
Una Hobiske?
Yes.
Anyways, but yes. So my birthday today, I'm gonna lift the veil. Today's July 5th. My birthday's July 10th.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, you broke the fourth wall.
I did.
Lifting the veil, dog.
I will be in Vegas for the cigar trade show over
as
my
will
birthday. Yeah, you'll be there on my birthday because
Yeah.
you're coming in that
Yeah.
Friday night, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Friday evening, something
That
like
come
that.
in on the 9th in the morning.
So that's Friday.
Yeah.
So you're coming in Friday. But my birthday's on the 10th. So I will be working on my birthday. So my amazing wife decided that today, since she had the day off, because her company recognized the 5th
That's
as an
the
observed holiday
the
or
observed
whatever.
Holiday, yeah.
She got the day off, which means that we went and celebrated my birthday today. So I have been drinking for a minute.
Yeah.
And,
so I knew that you were going to celebrate your birthday today. I knew.
You knew my birthday celebration way before I did.
About a week and a half ago is when you told me what she was planning for him. What a cool fucking experience, first of all.
Okay, so yeah. And we'll get to that when we get to the whole
Like
weekend thing, because I'm just going to include this as part of my fucking weekend.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So let's just
Son
roll.
of a bitch.
Let's just roll into your weekend, buddy.
So I had an amazing weekend. So as we have very well established on the show, I am a giant fucking nerd. And one of the games I play actually had a major release that happened over the weekend. So I spent my Saturday and Sunday fucking around with that game release. Spent Saturday with my buddy Bill, who you've met.
Sure.
Another Army veteran of ours and big nerd like me. So we spent all Saturday together fucking playing the game. And then Sunday, I spent actually putting together tiny little plastic army men and watching scary movies with my wife all day Sunday.
Which you're not a fan of.
I'm not a fan of.
You don't like scary movies.
The funny thing is, I don't like jump scares.
Why?
I just it's the fight or flight response.
Dude, that shit makes me feel alive.
All right, so the problem
Otherwise,
is
I'm dead inside.
the problem is it's the fight
But
or
still
flight
horny.
response.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't die, but I have the weirdest boner right now. It's the fight or flight response. So the jump scare happens, and you either run or you're ready to throw down.
sure.
But I can't fight my TV.
No, it ends badly.
Yeah,
It ends with a big fuck off like burn spot in the middle.
Right. It ends up with a broken TV and probably something wrong with my knuckles. So nothing good comes of me fighting the television.
Yeah.
So then I'm just sitting there with an elevated heart rate and nowhere to like put the aggression. So I don't like watching them. They just piss me off. Now I am much better with scary movies now post film school.
Well, just because structure.
I know where it's coming.
Yeah.
Like I can literally watch what's happening in the scene and go, all right,
I think that would piss me off.
you've de-executed the music and gone into low drone. That low drone has now brought up in volume. You're body blocking with the camera. We've got a left-right drift. Before that, I saw an empty hallway. Now we're body drifting left-right. So the body block has happened with the hallway. I know the reveal is going to come when the camera breaks the right side of the body and I can see the hallway again. So I know where everything is going to happen. So the surprise is gone and I can handle it a lot better now than I used to.
See, that would just fucking ruin it for me.
But what it's allowed me to do now is what we're working our way through the Conjuring series, which is like The Conjuring, Annabelle, The Curse of
Nun.
La Llorona, The
Yeah.
Nun.
Yeah.
And we're doing them in story order. So not release order,
Yeah.
but like actual like chronologically.
That's how I do them too. Yeah.
So it starts with like The Nun, and then it goes to like Annabelle Creation, and then the first Conjuring, and then La Llorona?
No, I think it's Conjuring 2 and then La Llorona.
No, we're doing them. So we watched La Llorona yesterday, and then I think it's Annabelle Coming Home,
Yeah.
and then it's Conjuring 2, and then it's Annabelle the Devil Made Me Do It. Oh, The Conjuring Devil Made Me Do It. So we've made it up through La Llorona.
Yeah.
So I think I have like 3 more to get through. Now here's the thing. I love occult movies.
Yeah.
So like
The whole Elizabeth Warren.
so that whole thing,
with
the Warrens
and all
and that story, the
That's super occult
demonology,
stuff, yeah.
I love that
Yeah, I'm into that
portion
too.
of it.
I'm into that too.
I just don't like
wish there
jump
was
scares.
actually more of that in those.
Had they done this series where it was just an occult investigation where people were just dealing with the darkness,
Yeah.
I would be 100% in. Like one of my favorite movies ever is The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp.
That's
Yeah.
a great flick.
Great movie.
Awesome
yeah.
movie, right?
Yes.
I don't know
There's
about
no jump scares in
I don't know
it
about
at all.
the flying chick.
I
It was weird.
No,
You mean Satan? Yeah, I totally buy that she floats. So like,
there is one jump scare, and it's when she goes like fucking freak out in the middle of the sex scene. You remember that?
actually, I would argue that the only jump scare is when he finds the dead body in the fountain at the old guy's place. The
Spoiler
violin
alert,
players.
everybody. Spoiler alert.
Okay, that movie's like 20 fucking years
Yeah,
old.
I was gonna
If you haven't
say.
seen the shit by now, that's on you.
Johnny Depp looks like he's
I was-
22.
I
I
liked-
think we've got this covered.
Right.
It's been out.
I liked how they did the like how like the books were all like different. How they had like different
A
pages.
third of each of the real books was actually the real pages that were drawn by Satan. Like,
yeah.
it's awesome. It's that kind of stuff I dig, and I can watch that shit all day.
Yeah.
Like the occult, like deal with the darkness stuff. It's the jump scare shit, and it comes down to the fact that I can't fight my TV, and I can't just punch the dude that's watching the movie in the theater in front of me. Like if I just punch that dude in the back of the head, it's gonna release my tension, but then he's gonna call the cops.
I think you have. We all know about your bladder. I think you just pee yourself. That's why you don't like them.
All right, that's fair. That's fucking fair. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna 100% give you
Just be
that.
like, fuck, man.
So we did that,
Again.
and then
Goddamn it.
leading
It's my
into the
third
night.
pair of shorts in this fucking movie.
Jazz comes out to sit down and watch a movie.
So I only wear tearaways to movies. Like, it's
Totally.
just,
It depends, bro. Just throw,
I was just gonna say.
throw some Depends
dude,
on.
that might be the trick right there.
Dude, you know what? I used to play Edward 40 Hands in the barracks with the boys, right? where like you tape 40s to your hands and you can't pee until you're done. So I got the idea. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna wear board shorts, stand in the shower, take a piss, throw the shower on with my foot. I'm good to go, cleaned up, fucking shit dries fast. It's
That's
all
why
good.
I love drinking at the river. Because when my shorts are wet, you can't tell if I just pissed myself.
Yeah. Well, fuck. I'm pretty sure after John's fucking pool party, that pool was a third piss.
He needs to shock that pool.
Yeah, that pool was a third
John,
piss.
if you're going to listen to this show,
like
you need to shock that
every
pool.
one of us was pissing in there, dude.
That's already on the plans. I'm dumping a gallon of chlorine in it before I leave.
Holy
You might
fuck.
want to double up.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of ammonia, if you will, in that bitch.
So yeah, it was literally wargaming and scary movies all weekend. And then today, to celebrate my birthday early, my wife surprised me, took me out to Fredericksburg, and we pull up on this property, and it's Fredericksburg. And the property straight up looks like any of the other wineries out there. Like we pulled up, it was a gate, there was like some outdoor covered buildings and then like some other stuff that was around. I was like, oh, this is gonna be dope. But the weird cryptic clue that I got was you have an appointment at 10:30, there may be llamas, and then there will be wine drinking and tapas and an art exhibit. So we pull up to this thing, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. So it's going to be like wine tasting and llamas, which I was still 100% down for, because I was like, fucking day drinking and llamas?
Yeah.
All right. So we're sitting there, and as you do when you've been around it long enough, you start pinpointing details in your environment, right? So I'm looking left, I'm looking right, I'm looking center, da-da-da-da-da, and in the distance, I see this van. And on the van is a full-on fucking elephant looking like it's walking out of the van door. I'm sitting there and I look at that, and then I look at the gate, and the gate's got a fucking elephant that's sealing the gate shut and shit. And I
You're
went,
like, huh.
are we motherfucking meeting elephants? And I like shouted at her in the middle of the car. I'm like yelling at my wife. And she's like, yeah, baby, you're meeting elephants today. I turned into a 7-year-old with a Toys R Us catalog at Christmas. It was nuts.
So it's like I akin it to that time those NASA dudes came in and gave us those patches.
Yeah, no, it was that. I became a 7-year-old trapped in a middle-aged man's body.
Yeah.
Like, and I was sitting there, and it was still like 20 minutes till the gates were going to open till we could get in. And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the toddler that's in the car in front of us waiting, like dancing and jiving around and I'm doing the same thing in our car. Like there was no fucking difference at all. I have a thing for elephants, and I have for years.
Yeah.
I've got elephant statues. I've got elephant like books. I've read stories that just included elephants. Like I just have a thing for elephants. I know strange elephant trivia that average people shouldn't fucking know. Like,
all right.
Like it's fucking. Like, did you know elephants can't run?
Yeah.
They can trot, like they can walk really quickly, but they can't run. Because the definition of running is moving at a state of pace to where both feet will leave the ground at some point. Elephants can't do that due to their weight. If they came down from a full run, an elephant's weight would actually break their own legs at a full run. So they don't run. They have a 2-year gestation period. Elephants are pregnant for 2 years before they have their kid. They eat 200 pounds a day. That's on average, 200 pounds a day.
Now, which do you prefer, African or Asian?
So they're
elephants?
actually two different species.
Yeah. They're still elephants, though.
They're still elephants, but they're two different species. So Asian elephants are actually descendant from mammoths.
That's racist.
And African elephants are actually descendant from mastodons.
Okay.
And that's why Asian elephants still have hair on them, whereas African elephants are hairless.
So what do you prefer?
Very minimal hair. For the calm display of power, I like African elephants, but Asian elephants are the ones that are far more... Asian elephants are the ones that they say that view humans like puppies.
Yeah.
So Asian elephants, when they see humans, it's literally the same synapse firing that happens when humans see puppies.
Oh.
So when an elephant sees humans, they're just like, oh, she's so fucking cute. And he just like...
So they like us.
Yeah, so they love people.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that you typically get to interact with.
Yeah.
African elephants, though, are the ones that get up to like, 12 meters tall and are like 14
massive.
tons and can rip giant trees out by the roots and all that kind of stuff.
Those are the Jungle Book elephants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still travel in herds just like Asians do.
Which is weird because the Jungle Book is supposed to take place in India.
Which would have been Asian elephants.
Which would have been Asian elephants. So I call bullshit on this. Yes. Also, why was there a grizzly bear there?
Lion King elephants.
It just doesn't make sense. All right. Baloo's not supposed to be there.
Lion King elephants are probably closer to.
Yeah. That's Africa.
That's African
Sure.
elephants, which I've actually seen wild African elephants when I was in Zambia.
Same.
That was a hell of an experience.
Yeah.
And you realize just how tiny you are when like 10 tons of animal is looking back at you.
Because you see the big ones,
and you're just like
San Antonio Zoo's got a couple.
Shit.
San Antonio Zoo's got a couple African
But
elephants.
the captivity elephants are.
They're not that big. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're not little.
Well, the thing is a
But they're-
small Asian elephant is 8,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
Dense, man. They're dense little fuckers.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's 8,000 pounds. And they can still, like, lay down and pop back up and, like, do headstands and shit. Like, they're
Yeah.
bonkers. But,
So Asian ones are the ones that you often see in circuses, yeah?
yeah, because they're calmer. And they like people.
That makes sense. I mentioned to you my experience with them in Thailand. I got to go on like the elephant tour and ride the fuckers.
So,
And the guy I was on, he was fucking cool, man. Like he was just a chill
so you need to
elephant.
keep in mind that all elephants are
He kept kissing me with his trunk.
Endangered species.
Yeah.
All of them. So even Asians, which are the most prolific, there's only like 35,000 left in the planet.
Yeah.
And that includes everything that's in captivity. Like that's so the conservationist zoos and stuff, like what we went to do is called the Preserve, and it is a conservationist zoo.
That's like a retirement home.
Sort of. So like their elephants have been there. One have been there 30 years. The other ones have been there 26 years.
They got one with like that's missing a leg
Nope.
up there.
Nope. These are all super healthy. Matter of fact, one of them, if you've ever seen Zookeeper, Evan Almighty, and all that kind of stuff, that elephant that's in there, that's Rosie, and she lives out there.
Oh, okay. That's the
So
one that was snuggling you today.
that's my girl. Me
Yeah.
and Rosie. I got art from her.
So just to put in context, everybody out there listening and watching,
Yeah, I didn't
Jazz-
just go look at elephants.
Jazz
today.
sends us all a picture of him and Rosie just straight snuggled up, and the look of pure fucking joy in Jazz's eyes. I was like, "That's a 10-year-old Jazz.
You have no idea.
Like that is a 10-year-old kid, man. Like, he was so happy.
This was a 20-year dream coming true.
That's a toddler who got exactly what he wanted for Christmas.
Yeah, and then had ice cream for dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
And the thing is that it didn't end. It was like, hey, do you want to give Rosie a bath? I was like, fuck yeah, I want to give Rosie a bath. So I got to scrub Rosie like for her bath time. And she fell asleep during bath time. She was like laying on her side. I'm bathing her down. She fell asleep. They had to spray her with a hose to wake her up. And she got up and like she made all the fucking elephant like chirping, squeaky noises and stuff like that. And got up, had to go over, then got to interact with the elephants while they got a pedicure.
Huh.
And then got my elephant hug, and then got to pose with her while she did art for me. And I got to hula hoop contest against one of them and shit. Like, so it wasn't just like I got to touch an elephant. It was literally my entire morning was spent interacting with these just mind-bogglingly awesome creatures. Like,
That's fucking dope, dude.
and like sitting there and making eye contact with them and just looking into something that is just like, and they're totally content. Like it was, you could tell that they were living amazing lives and just amazingly relaxed and comfortable. And it was, yeah, it was a 20-year dream come true of the level of interaction that I got with them. And the people that worked there were consummate professionals, knew their shit, and they were as passionate about elephants as I am. So the more I nerded out about it, the more they nerded out about it, which fed my nerddom, which made them want to interact. They wanted me to interact more with the,
Yeah,
oh my God.
that's dope, dude.
Like it was phenomenal.
Huh.
And then they eventually told me I had to leave.
Sorry.
So we went to Fredericksburg and
Your time is over.
so after that, I got to go eat schnitzel and drink fucking Allstadt, which is German beer that's brewed in Fredericksburg, Texas. So drink some local beer. And then we walked around
love me some
Fredericksburg for a
schnitzel.
while. And it was awesome because I'm wearing my birthday shirt today.
You are.
And the bartenders kept handing me free fucking booze because it's sidewalk legal to drink in Fredericksburg. So they just kept handing me shit. So that's why I've been drinking for the last minute or
Fucking
so.
hell.
Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal day. I can't thank my wife enough. She blew my mind. It was an amazing surprise. And
Nice.
this is one of those things where, yeah, I got a thing, but the experience is really what
That's the cool part.
it wouldn't matter. I could have come home with absolutely nothing. And it was a life-changing experience.
What things you get?
So I got a piece of art. It's called an elephant kiss. So Rosie actually stamped a canvas with her nose with paint. So it's the end of her trunk on a piece of canvas. And I've got a glass ornament that was painted by Rosie. She actually, with a paintbrush, painted a glass ornament for my Christmas tree.
Fucking elephant's more talented than I am.
So, so now I've
Jesus.
combined my love of elephants and my love of Christmas. And I have a Christmas ornament painted by an elephant.
That's true. And for those of you who have been listening for a while, you know that Jess is a fan of the Yuletide season.
Oh my God, we found a Christmas store in Fredericksburg.
And all year, it's July.
So you
Doesn't
could
matter. It's literally just called the Christmas shop.
you could actually say it's Christmas in July.
100%.
Oh, shit.
They have an entire section there, Mikey, that was nothing but the Christmas Village buildings.
Nice.
And it was probably as big as the studio here, but nothing but Christmas Village stuff that you could buy for your village.
Huh.
So, but I'm a brand guy, and I have all Lemax Village. So I bought some fences with cardinals on them because my wife's grandmother's favorite bird was a cardinal, and so when she passed, it was said that she became a cardinal.
Yeah,
So
That's kind of an ongoing legend.
That's
that,
a religious legend.
when a cardinal visits you, it's usually
A loved one that has come back.
that's come back to visit.
So we got
I
some.
tell you about me almost shooting a cardinal at the range a while back, and I felt terrible.
Asshole.
Yeah,
I didn't mean
fucked up.
to. It was like I was shooting at my target, and the fucker flew out from behind my target. I was like, "Oh God, thank God I didn't kill it." Like, Jesus.
So we got these. I got a fence set for my village that's actually got cardinals that are posted up on the fence post, so that we can have those involved. So and then my wife has decided that so our second favorite holiday is Halloween. And so she has now decided that we needed a Halloween village on top of our Christmas village. So we got our first piece for a Halloween village. So now the goal is, we've all seen The Nightmare Before Christmas, right?
Of course.
Of course.
Probably Tim Burton's most famous film.
I would argue that. Yeah.
I know they make the miniature of the tree that allows you to get from Nightmare Land to Christmas Land.
Oh yeah.
So I want to get that tree and put it in the middle so that we can have the Halloween village on one side and then the tree and the
Oh, that's
Christmas
cool
village
idea.
on the other side.
That's a cool idea.
Which means I get to set my Christmas village up at the beginning of October.
Loopholes, baby. Loopholes. Dave, how about you? How was your weekend?
Oh man.
And actually, I got to shout Dave at because for my birthday, I am now smoking a victory cigar, which is a birthday gift from Dave. So
Goddamn
fucking
right.
Dave,
Yeah.
I fucking appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah. You're gonna need another storage unit. And you keep buying stuff, especially if you start buying stuff for Halloween too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The secret is
Yeah.
go to the spirit store on fucking November 1st.
Yeah.
Because all that shit's like
Problem is,
half
by
off.
then all the good shit's gone.
Yeah.
Not always, man. There's
Not
a spirit
always.
store at every other fucking strip mall on the planet, man. You're gonna find good shit.
That's true.
Just go spirit hopping. That's true. Like, fuck.
Yeah. No, my weekend was actually pretty quiet.
Speaking of my bladder.
I went all over for that one because I decided that I didn't want to do a fucking thing this weekend, so I didn't.
Good for you.
Kira and I posted up on the couch, and that pretty much chips and quesoed my ass into coma, and she was gone before I even started eating the chips and queso.
That's a good day. That's a good day.
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah. No. So the fourth, I didn't do anything at all. Had a couple open invites. Gary Brugman, I think, invited me over. Chris Freeman invited me over. But like I said, I just decided that I wanted a day to not do a damn thing. And it's kind of gay, actually. When I pulled into the gated community, they had a sign posted up front that said, per New Braunfels ordinance, no fireworks allowed.
Yeah, fucking Cibolo did that shit too.
So,
There are ways around that.
oh, I absolutely.
'Cause I don't know if you've ever noticed that, like whoever the city planners were out here in fucking Central Texas apparently had palsy when they drew the lines. So you can go like 3 blocks one direction, and you're outside of city limits technically.
Yeah.
You know,
That
like
shit
fuck.
cracks me up. Like Shirts Parkway.
Like
Yeah.
Shirts and Cibolo.
Well, Shirts Parkway has that, like every 8 feet, there's that American flag
Yeah.
that they post in Shirts Parkway. Mm-hmm. And it's literally from 35 to 78, like all the way down Shirts Parkway.
Yeah.
But as soon as you make that corner where Shirts Parkway stops, and so it's no longer Shirts at like that, the flags stop.
Yeah.
Like you can tell where the property line is.
Yeah.
So to make this less awkward for the
Yeah, we have like
gaggle
we
that's
have-
hanging out in our
Yeah.
fucking hallway over here. A bunch of our very close Freedom friends have decided to come hang out at the show tonight. So
Yeah.
they're going to walk in front of the camera so that we can bring them over here so they can actually fucking sit down instead of standing in the
Yeah.
fucking hallway. Yeah, just hit pause real quick, buddy, and we'll come
Cool.
back. So, anyways, so now that we fixed that, we have a bunch of guests that are now in the studio audience. So we're like Carson and shit now.
Yeah.
And this thing that appeared in front of my face because it wasn't here before.
Yeah.
Was brought with them, and this is I'm gonna fucking butcher this name. Craig Lachey.
Sounds right.
What?
Craig Lachey.
Craig. That doesn't sound right at all.
Craig Lachey.
Craig Lachey doesn't sound correct at all.
Like your Kalachi.
I would believe Craig Lachey
I mean,
because Irish,
it's Scottish.
Yeah.
Scottish, whatever. They're all the same fucking people.
Oh,
I
tell
know
them
somebody's
about
gonna
that.
want to come fight me, but I hate to tell you this: you're separated by like a pond. Like you're fucking trust me. You're
Like-
all Scandinavian, anyways. Fucking own it.
Only the bigger ones.
Only the large-sized ones. Yeah. Guys like me, we're just Irish.
Yeah. You could tell who the purebloods of that island were.
Craig Lachey from the Edward and Mackey Distillery, and that is a good-looking bottle.
It does
I'm
look
not gonna
good.
fucking lie.
It's good color.
13-year age, so we're getting up there with like some of those Macallan 15s and some
Sure.
of that kind of stuff. So, but I am a Highland Scotch drinker and not a Islay Osprey. And this
Well,
is
it's a space
this is a
side,
space
so
side.
it's
So
not.
we'll see. I've been told that this isn't near as aggressive on the peaty side as other things are. So like I said, I'm going to give it a fair shake, but it is nothing against you. If I go, well, yep, nope, this is just like fucking licking Kingsford, and I don't understand that fucking fascination. But
Anything else happen in your weekend there, Dave?
No. I really didn't do a damn thing.
Mikey, what did you
and
do
I
this
enjoyed
weekend?
all
Did you
that.
fucking do Santa Christmas in July, or did you fucking go save puppies?
No,
or
I was jumping, dude. I was in Florida.
were you fucking helping give miraculous birth to nuns, or
I mean, well,
Like-
that's just the Tuesday, I mean, shit.
it's just your average?
I mean, come
Well,
on.
he wasn't giving miraculous
you were
birth.
down
He was
with-
impregnating
You were
nuns.
down with RCPT doing their 4th of July jump,
Yeah, they were doing accuracy competition, so I went down there to hang out with those guys down in Palaca, Florida.
which most of it was just shit talking. You and a bullhorn just talking shit from the sideline.
That was well, I mean, I jumped. I did a skydive on Thursday. Did a tandem with Art at a skydive Palaca, and that was a great time. Art's arguably the best in the fucking world at skydiving.
Well, he's
like,
the most
literally.
He's the most proficient. At this point, he's just kind of beating the odds.
Well,
Because there's
so-
no way you should have that many jumps and have something not catastrophic happen. So
I mean, he's just
dude
so
needs
good.
to play the lottery.
So he's jumped like as a contractor, he's jumped every piece of equipment that the military, both ours and the Canadian military, has ever fucking used.
That is the largest oxymoron I've ever heard.
The Canadian military,
Yeah.
yes. All right. I'm sure some days are easier than others for him. But so like I think all in all, he turns 60 years old this year, and that dude probably has.
Well, it's like 32,000 jumps or something.
It's probably
It's some bonkers
it's
number.
something up there. Like it's.
But that's what I mean
fucking
is
crazy.
that they say that anything above like 1,000 jumps, you're playing the odds, and he's at like
Well,
he's at like 30, which
you gotta
may
think
be
though, like now, like
which may be
that
at
was
the point where he's got so much experience that the odds don't matter anymore. Because even if things went horribly fucking wrong, he could just be like, "Oh, I know what happened," and could just go fix it.
yeah,
Like, but
yeah.
that only happens by the fact that you beat the odds long enough that now anything that could go wrong, you
Well,
know how to fix.
Nowadays, like that was totally true before like the 3 rating system and everything came out for skydivers. But nowadays, with like the advent of like, in the shout out to the USPA, they fucking have made it mandatory for skydivers to have certain equipment and stuff on them
and I
now.
appreciate that, but let's face it, you were still wearing a backpack with a giant tarp in it.
100%.
Like that's what you're hanging your life on.
100%.
Like I appreciate that there's new systems and the difference between like a 5-cell and a 7-cell square canopy, and like
Mhm.
I appreciate that all of that has improved over the years. But when you really boil it down,
You know where they are.
that is a tarp in a backpack that you're going like, I'm going to chuck myself out of this airplane,
It's 2 tarps in a backpack.
and this tarp on a string is going to save my life. Like,
And if it doesn't, it's automatically going to cut away and
Yeah.
pull the other tarp.
and that's what I mean. Is it's like I'm going to commit suicide at 15,000 feet, and a tarp's going to save my life.
Hell
like
yeah.
that's skydiving in a nutshell. It's just an improved version. Like
Well, I did a 10,000 foot jump, luckily.
that's
So,
like saying eating the gun isn't as dangerous because now there's 2 system safeties on a handgun.
yeah.
But like
It's like, but it's got a trigger safety.
Yeah, but trigger control's about a bitch, ain't
Yeah,
it?
right.
Don't eat the gun.
So I did a skydive on Thursday. Friday I did a static line jump as like a practice day because they for the fucking
Right.
what do you call it? Arguably my best landing. Actually, I wouldn't even say arguably. It was my best landing. It was like super soft and out there and had great control of the canopy. I've learned a lot. Like I was just like super soft. But like I was like, it had rained because it's Florida and they're about to get a
So it's
hurricane
nice and squishy.
literally tomorrow. You know what I
Elsa
mean?
is supposed to hit, right?
Like literally tomorrow it's gonna crush Palatka, right?
Let it go, man.
Right? Just fucking let it go. Can't hold him back anymore. So, but it was funny because like as I'm up,
It's gonna drop the temp down there, but you know what? The cold never bothered me anyway.
that's true. Before
I think it just made Dave throw up in his mouth a little bit.
before I jumped though, I was talking to Tim Major, who's the head rigger down there at the time. And he's like, hey man, try to not get the canopies wet. Just because I don't want to go to the fucking. He's like, I don't want to go to the drying tower if you get the canopy
What, were we
fucking
supposed
wet.
to catch it? What?
Yeah.
Well, no,
What the
just
fuck were you
like
supposed to do?
there's just dry patches out there. Like it wasn't all fucking wet. You know what I mean? So it was funny because when you're about, I don't know, 500 feet up, you just start seeing little glistening patches, and you're like, that's wet, that's dry, that's wet, that's dry. I'm like, can I go over here? Yeah, I could. It's completely wet around there. If it, fuck it, I'm going for this dry spot. You know what I mean? So
You
it
know,
was
if you
like,
land it in a tree, the canopy's already hanging.
it's true. I've played that game though. I'm all set.
Oh, you didn't want to revisit Fahey Forest?
No, I'm all set on Fahey Forest. So yeah, I jumped Thursday and then I jumped Friday for the jump. And the sweetest part, I was the junior fucking paratrooper out there, right? I'm the junior jumper, right? I have the least amount of jumps out of any of the guys that were there this weekend. I had 18 before the competition, right? And I probably came in fourth out of like 15 jumpers.
So what you're saying is that you're really good at hitting the wet spot.
No, I hit the target. Like we actually had a target for the accuracy one.
I-
But the difference was I had to call
All right,
my
you know
own
what?
spot.
Dave,
Yeah.
can we recognize how much I teed that up?
Yeah, I
You know,
heard,
he decided just
I
to
heard, I
fucking.
heard your fat chick joke.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I didn't
It's
have
not even
flour.
a fat chick show.
No.
Yeah, you got to roll it in flour. Look for the wet spot.
That's if it's a fat chick, but just being good at hitting the wet spot just means you can close the deal, and you just
Anyways,
right fucking by that. A lot like you hitting the DZ.
That was a garage door that was wide open, and he still hit the side of the building.
yeah, I just maybe it's because I'm tired of getting interrupted the last 30 fucking times I've tried to tell the story.
I fucking warned you
Maybe
how long
that's
I've
why.
been drinking.
Maybe that's why. All right, so
you
if
know-
everybody could
you know
shut the
who-
fuck up for 30 seconds.
You know who is sitting on the other
Yeah.
end of this bar.
Yeah, the guy who we sat quietly and let him tell a story. All right, it's fine.
That sounds like a YP, not an MP.
About to be a UP.
Speaking of that, Jazz, you need to take another piss.
he just went, man.
I'm good for 15 minutes or so.
Anyways, I had a little bit of bragging rights because I beat a lot of the older, more experienced jumpers.
You know, I wonder if you kind of have an advantage because you are a junior jumper. So you're still very much going through the mechanics in your head when you're doing it.
I don't know. I get pretty complacent.
But that's my argument, right? Is like, I mean, you know how it is. When
Yeah.
you do anything enough,
True.
you don't stay as sharp. You can kind of get lazy with it because it's like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I know what to do. So I kind of wonder, being a junior jumper, yes, you're
That could be the case.
you're comfortable,
yeah.
but you're still on sequence enough to stay sharp.
yeah.
Whereas like when you start getting to that like 40, 50, 60 jumps, you're kind of like, whatever. It's kind of old hat.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
kind of wonder if because you are junior, you're just a little sharper at.
Well, this one was a little different. It was newer and it was something I'd never done before. I had to call my own spot. So they were just like, we would get into it, and then the jump master would be like, green light, and then you had to call your own spot. So I'm hanging out the plane looking, like sitting on the edge of the plane.
Oh, and then you designate,
and
and
I'm
that's
looking,
target.
and then I had to tell in order to get points for for it to be a valid jump, I had to look at the jump master and go, I'm going, and then go. So I had to call my own spot in the drop zone to
So how
jump.
did you designate? Was it like a grid or was it?
Well, they had like a big H on the ground, and then like just wind designation and stuff. They did a streamer run, so they threw streamers, so I kind of had an idea. And I wasn't like the first jumper. I was like maybe like fourth or fifth. So I'd seen some other jumpers go.
Okay, so
so I
there's
kind of saw where everybody was drifting.
So you saw an H grid, but
Yeah.
how do you declare? Was it like I'm going like
because they already gave me one
Like
access.
upper half or no lower half? Like how did?
Well, I already had that access because
Okay.
the plane was. I'm not changing plane direction.
Sure.
You know, I just had to judge wind call really on where I was going to drift. So I really just had to judge my drift because I was on the access already.
And you got a little bit of a cheater because you saw some people already exit.
Correct.
So I was just curious of whether or not it was like, you know, a grid, like an X. So you had to say like I was going like lower right or lower left or like.
No, it was
I'm just kind of curious
it
how
was
you
just like,
designated.
nobody, put it this way, nobody hit the actual target. The closest was like 14 paces away.
Oh shit,
And I was about 40 paces away.
that's not bad.
Not bad.
No.
You know what I mean? And truth
That's
be
what,
told,
120 feet.
Maybe less than that.
Well, 40 paces. I'm going roughly a 3-foot pace.
Yeah.
120 feet.
Yeah. I was probably closer to 60, 70, probably. So I can call it 20 paces.
That's 20 paces, man.
Yeah. I was probably about 60 feet away.
That's fucking bayonet distance.
Yeah, right. So like I was coming down and like I showed these
Sorry, I
guys
just got the mental image of you landing with a bayonet already fixed. Just yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'll get to that in a second. I was showing these guys. I got it on video on my phone, and like about 100 feet up, I just go. You hear it go when I'm like fucking gust, and that's what pushed me. And I was just like son of a bitch, and I was like, all right, fuck it. Pretty hard landing. I got a little bit of whiplash I'm dealing with. Front of my neck hurts a little bit. I kind of went feet ass head on my landing. Didn't roll it correctly. I got to work on my rear PLFs, I guess. So that's how you learn.
Nothing like an ET bitch.
Right. And then you're right. After that, I just jumped the one time on that, and then everybody else had another jump. But I decided to help do manifest and stuff, and I sat there chirping from the bench.
That's what you got to do.
And I just sat there, was just like, keep fucking it up, bud. Da-da. And truth be told, everybody in their second pass, none of them beat my first one. You know what I mean? So I still probably came in fourth. You know what I mean?
Speaking of chirping, I got to turn like 6 new people onto Letterkenny today.
Good. Because the shirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I was walking, there was like, so what exactly is a super soft birthday? And I was like,
Glad you asked.
let me explain this to you.
I'm glad you asked. And then I was supposed to do a water jump yesterday.
Yeah, that's the whole reason you bought like the fucking waterproof phone thing and all that
Yeah.
kind of shit.
Well,
Did the
the-
storm kill it?
Storm killed it.
Yeah.
Well, it pushed it back. They ended up jumping at like 10:30. And I was like, dude, I got a 2:15 flight. I was like, I gotta go. You know, so they were literally jumping as I drove away. So it was like, well, fuck. But it was funny though.
You
You're
missed
talking about
one free jump.
you're talking about the bayonet thing, and I was fucking with them as they were going. I was like, hey, remember when you jump in the water? It's the St. Johns River. If there's a body of water in Florida, you can bet your ass there's gators in that
100%.
water. So I was like, so make
And
sure
like
you
3
go.
dudes.
Easily.
Yeah.
So I was like, so try to get, don't land within like, I don't know, 100 meters of the fucking bank.
Because that's all gators.
They're all hanging out there.
Yeah.
I was like, so get out there a little bit.
Because those are shallow water predators. So,
Yeah.
like those are not.
Yeah. And it's a pretty good sized river where they're jumping in, right? So I was like, get out there a little bit and then fucking land. The boats will be in the area you need to land in. And they were like, all right, da-da-da. And then one of them was giving me shit just like you. He was like, I can just imagine Mikey like 20 feet up, sees a gator, starts steering for it, pulls a K-bar out, puts it in his teeth, and just like pops fucking cape wells and comes down and murders a gator. And I was like, fuck, that'd be awesome.
Have you never met Marines? Marines, their whole job
Right?
is to come in via shallow water and kill things. Like that's
Literally amphibious assault.
literally a Marine's job. Like I know we drop a lot of them in the desert and we're like, look, it's kind of like water, but not. Like you're
It's like water you can walk through.
it's fine. Like you can't move as fast. It's just like water. Like if it was normal land, it would suck. But sand is a lot like water, where you're going to move slower through it. It gets in everything, and you're going to be really uncomfortable while you're in it. It's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, if you tell a Marine there's a target in the water, if it's shallow water,
Yeah.
he's good to go.
So then I had to fly back on 4th of July.
Oh,
Yeah. Which I'm not even going to go.
yeah, that's gross.
I don't want to get mad again. So I'm not even going to talk about it.
Do you know what I'm not excited about? Is I'm flying to Vegas this Wednesday.
So everybody's coming back.
No, it's not that. It's that the weekend that I'm going in for is the first weekend that Vegas is fully open.
Yeah.
So like not only is the trade show happening that I'm going for, but like Bruno Mars has a concert and like Brad Paisley has a concert and like Vegas, every event that could possibly happen in Vegas, because that's the first full weekend that Vegas is fully open. It's all happening that fucking weekend. And it's also the weekend of the trade show. So I'm going on a Wednesday. Southwest has already emailed me and was like, due to overwhelming travel to your destination, we recommend you show up to the airport earlier than you would think you need. Like,
Do you have pre-check?
no, I don't fly enough to make it worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to be a Clear member,
That's a racket.
but again, I didn't fly enough to make it worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not pre-check because it's.
I
I
just
just don't
like-
fly enough for it to be worth
I
it.
just like not taking off my shoes.
Yeah, whatever. I usually nowadays I either fly in. Well, you've seen all my sneakers. I don't tie any of my sneakers anyways.
Yeah.
So I either fly in those or I fly in Crocs. So
I'm a fan of flying in Crocs.
like, so fuck it. Like
Yeah.
I'll take my Spurs off in case they fucking.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great to fly in Crocs out of San Antonio because there's not a lot of walking involved in the airport here.
We're a tiny airport.
But if you go to like a place with a big fucking airport, it's gonna suck. Like if you have like a connection in like Chicago or in LA or in fucking fucking
No, dude, this when you put the
Atlanta.
locks on.
Well, even then though, it's like fuck.
Because I
Like you gotta walk
I
fast.
flew in
or
Crocs
whatever.
last time and flew through out of Boston into Baltimore and Baltimore back home.
Well, Baltimore's a small airport too, though.
But look, you don't have to tout your hometown airport.
Fuck out of
I'm
here.
just saying, like. But it was one of those ones where my terminals were
It's a
different.
very small shithole airport. It's
Oh my
fucking
God.
terrible.
Only saving grace of that airport is there's a Silver Diner in there.
That is fucking quality food.
Dude, I miss Silver Diner. This is my favorite. One of my favorite things about the East Coast was Silver Diner.
Yeah,
For those of you that don't know what Silver Diner is, it's like a Denny's that doesn't suck.
yeah.
Yeah.
I ate at Magnolia Pancake House this morning.
Attaboy.
I went and I
Did you
went.
get the bacon waffle?
Fuck, goddamn well I got that bacon
Boy.
waffle. And they fucked up. I got the corned beef hash with 2 over easy eggs.
Shit's good.
They fucked up. They gave me 2 orders.
That's a lot of goddamn food.
And I was like, fuck yeah, I got an extra order. So I got an order in the fucking fridge.
That's a
and
lot of food.
I'm excited. I'm gonna eat the shit out of that later.
We went. What was that? Saturday night. So Saturday night, a buddy of ours finally got a job after being unemployed for like a year.
Good for him.
So he decided to.
Which one?
Huh?
Who?
Tom. I don't think you've ever met him.
Oh, okay.
Another Army vet friend, but I don't think you've ever met him.
Huh.
And he's part of my nerd group. So, and since you won't play D&D with us, you're just too cool for that.
They have been trying. I've been getting it from all angles, man. Like Jazz is getting me, Caitlin's getting me, Oscar's
Dude,
getting me.
I thought I had him.
Fucking everybody's
I thought I
getting
had
me.
him when I explained what it was like, and I thought I had you because you were like, "Oh shit, it's just like this." And I'm like, "That's exactly what
I'm
it's
like,
like."
yeah, it's a TDG.
Yeah, I was like, "Exactly." Thought I had him. Nope.
You're the closest. Everybody else is like, "You'd love it. You'd love it." I'm like, no, I
So-
wouldn't, because and I was just about to buckle, and then I heard them talking shit, and they were like, yeah, fucking Oscar just fucking talks forever on his goddamn campaign. Doesn't want to shut the fuck up. And I was like,
That's not true. That's not true at all.
or he went past time or something. Like it was
No,
late.
we even stayed. We went a little bit past time, but that was actually more my fault than it was his.
Yeah.
So, well, the campaign that he's running right now, I'm actually playing my character like I'm you.
Wait, which version of him? Are you talking Mikey?
The full
or,
send Mikey.
are you talking
Marine
full,
Mikey.
Full send Mikey? Or are you
No.
talking Thad McCoy?
No. I'm playing full
First of
send.
all, I'm
Okay.
always full send, Mikey.
Yeah.
Everything
No.
about me is full send.
I am playing him like Triangle of Death, full send Mikey. Like that's how I'm playing it. And so far we're 2 sessions in, and I'm already a pirate captain with more money than I know what to do with.
See, full send's the way to go.
Fucking,
Full send is how you do.
like to the point to where the guy that's GMing the game actually doesn't know what to do now because I've essentially broken his campaign, and it's like I am the captain now. So
Look at me.
he is just responding to whatever I do. But
Yes, solid weekend.
anyways, so we went to Brasão. It's a Brazilian steakhouse.
Nice.
Like carve shit off and give it to you kind of thing.
Oh, I love those.
And we were there.
I get the meat sweats, bro.
Dude,
I
it
will
was-
fucking eat until
it was
I'm ready to
rowdy.
explode.
Yeah, it was rowdy. But one of the people that was there, Bill's wife, ordered a drink and it didn't show up in time.
Yeah.
So 2 people tried to cover down on it. And so they brought one drink and then the other drink showed up. And it was the apology drink. And she's a bit of a lightweight. So she went into the second one and couldn't handle the third one. So she passed it to me. And it was what the fuck is that Brazilian drink that's like a mojito, but it doesn't have mint in it?
Caipirinha.
Yeah, Caparina.
Oh, yeah.
Good fucking pull.
Here for you.
And she handed that shit to me. That shit was fucking rum that like had looked at a lemon.
Yeah.
Like it was fuck, man.
Yeah.
And it was like a full-on Collins glass. And I'm sitting there trying to drink this thing going, I think I could run my car on this drink. Like that shit was rowdy. But it was a good fucking time. Speaking of just like people just bringing you free shit. Like it was just
I
like,
ran into Tater again this weekend.
how's he doing?
With Master Blaster Hooch.
Yeah.
So I crushed an entire fucking jar of that black and blue. So needless to say, I had arguably the worst fucking heartburn
You
I've ever
flew
had.
home on that?
Like I just
God.
fucking heartburn up here, dog. Like
God.
the whole way home. I was
Ugh.
like crushing Tums.
No.
In fact, I think I still have Tums in my pocket. Like it was fucking
So speaking of crushing illicit substances,
sure as fuck. I got 2 left.
yeah. Speaking of crushing illicit substances, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So there's this Olympian that
Oh boy.
qualified,
Yeah.
found out her dad died, right? Mom
Mom.
died.
Her mom died.
So went and smoked a blunt and then popped hot
Yeah.
for smoking a blunt.
Uh-huh.
Where do you land on that? The fact that she's now DQ'd. She cannot go to the Olympics. Like she's fucking,
So
she can't go run.
I understand that rules are rules, right? Like she broke the rules. She knew she shouldn't do it. She broke the rules. However, marijuana is not performance enhancing in any way. Here's my thing. If a dude with tits can go and crush fucking Olympic records as a female this time, why the fuck can't a stoner? You know what I mean? Like we are fucking up our priorities here.
Okay.
You
So
know, like-
fair.
You know?
Dave, I'm going to give you your chance, and then because I'm going to express my opinion too, but I want everybody to get their opinion out before
I just
anybody
think,
does.
I just think it's not performance enhancing. I don't fucking see the
Okay.
big deal.
So I'm going to try and do this where everybody can get their opinion out, and then we'll handle rebuttals.
Okay.
But so
But I
Dave?
understand rules are rules.
Dave, what's your opinion? And don't phrase it as a rebuttal to Mikey. Just where
No.
you land on the whole situation.
I honestly don't think that Shakara should have been DQ'd. Like she smoked a blunt. Well, I'm sorry, but if she smoked a blunt, then your buddy Mikey Phelps should lose all of his shit too.
Okay.
That's fucking
I mean,
a true
okay.
point.
That's kind of where it's at for me. I mean, there's been
Where does she live? What
there's
state
been-
does she
it's
live
Texas.
in? Oh, she lives in
Yeah.
she lives here. So
Yeah.
all right. I was gonna say if it was Colorado or California,
Yeah,
or
no.
Oregon or some shit where it's fucking state legal, that would change opinions too, maybe. But
Yeah, no, I mean, there's been studies and studies. It's like Mikey said, it's not a performance enhancer. So as far as I'm concerned, like
You think she should be allowed to run?
absolutely. I mean, what's she gonna do? Lose 1/10 of a second because she's a little slow?
So
I don't know.
my
Dude. That bitch
argument
is
actually,
fast. She is fucking fast.
Yeah, yeah.
my argument on it is exactly what Mikey brought up, and it's. Do I think she should be allowed to do whatever the fuck she wants to do? And do I have a problem with pot smoking? No. You want to smoke pot? Fuck, knock yourself out.
Go nuts.
Yeah.
It's called freedom, bitch.
It's called freedom. Just because you want to smoke pot doesn't mean that I have to enjoy it or want to partake.
Sure.
It doesn't fucking matter. We're sitting here having drinks.
Yeah.
Dave, you don't fucking drink.
Yeah.
We have never tried to convince you need to do it. You've never told us we shouldn't. Like it is hey, you do you.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you, that's your deal,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
No problem. I have no problem with the fact that she wants to smoke. Cool. Knock yourself out. My argument is the Olympic Performance Committee states that you can't fucking do it. If you want to go compete in that competition, they don't get to change the rules for you. Those are the rules overall. You knew what the fuck you were going to.
I
It's
agree.
not like the Olympics have been shy about what the fuck their rules were.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I can't smoke pot. It's like, nope, they've fucking said this shit forever.
Yeah.
Like that's
No,
been
it's
the
true.
deal. You can't use this shit.
That's why I said rules are rules.
Yeah, you can't.
But
Now, if
he-
you want to get into the performance enhancing thing, we have a sponsor that sells CBD.
Uh-huh.
CBD and cannabinoid derivatives have proven that recovery rate and pain management is effective. arguably, being able to smoke pot while an Olympian would improve your recovery time between one event and the next.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
part
can
of
see that. Yeah.
surviving the 3-week
Yeah.
Olympics is the fact that you have to compete for that period of time and recover at the same rate that everybody else can or couldn't recover, right?
Sure.
So,
Yeah, but here's
but
the
really what it boils down to is the Olympics aren't new. It's not like we just fucking invented this fucking competition and
Yeah.
you need to adjust. The rules have been that way for a long ass time.
They've also had the same rule that men compete in men things and women compete in women
Now,
things.
but that
and
comes-
apparently that changed this year. So why can't we bend it for a stoner? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
But we
Like,
did, but it's not
So-
being bent. They changed the rule. The day that they changed the rule that you can use cannabinoid substances and be an Olympian, I have no fucking problem with the fact that she could have fucking smoked the 100-meter dash, and as soon as she smoked it, she could smoke the next one. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
She could run the 100-meter dash with a blunt hanging out of her mouth if it's in the fucking rules. But you don't get to go compete at that level and then decide that the rules don't fucking apply to you. It's
So-
not the way it fucking works.
So
Like-
here's the deal, though.
Texas is about to catch constitutional carry, September 1.
Yeah.
We're going to go constitutional carry.
Yeah.
That does not mean that you can carry a weapon now without a license. And then if you get ticketed, go, well, but on September 1, it's going to be constitutional carry.
True.
You're right. On September 1, it's constitutional carry. But right fucking now, the law states that you have to have a license to be able to carry your fucking weapon. Like, that's the fucking rule. I don't understand
So-
why you think you're so goddamn special that the shit doesn't apply to you. You're already an Olympian.
Jazz.
You're special
You know what, though?
enough. You
She's
don't
not-
need to bend the rules some more.
she's not even complaining. Everybody else is complaining on her behalf. Like, she fucking owned it. She was like, yeah, I fucked
Yeah,
up.
I fucked
will,
up. I'm out."
I will take my punishment. I apologize. I'm wrong. And then everybody else is like, this is bullshit. It's Hackham's razor at its finest. Everybody else is getting mad for
But this
her.
is my argument with
it's like,
people that smoke pot suddenly define themselves as a lifestyle of a fucking pot smoker. And it's like, dude, I drink bourbon, but I don't walk around with fucking, bourbon t-shirts and fucking pick holidays and shit that I'm going to highlight for it and all this kind of shit. It's like, I can enjoy bourbon without forcing this bourbon lifestyle on other fucking people. It's like, it's the same fucking thing.
does that
You want-
same rationale apply to cigars?
Like, well, I work in the industry, so
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well, that's like-
this is a good Christmas cigar.
Well, so I used to work. Fuck it, I'll talk about it. I'm gonna give a fuck. I used to work for Grunt Style
Mhm.
Clothing.
Yeah.
When I worked for Grunt Style Clothing, I wore Grunt Style Clothing.
Sure.
I no longer work for Grunt Style Clothing. I no longer wear their shit. Like, I'm not paid to go flog their logo. I don't have to walk around and flog their logo. Like, yes, I wear some Warfighter stuff. Two of my best friends in the world own the fucking company.
Sure.
Like, yeah, I'm going to try and help them out. But it's not a lifestyle thing. Like, I don't go out there and tell everybody how, it's going to change their lives and all of the medicinal whatever. Dude, you smoke pot because you like the way it makes you feel. I drink bourbon because I like the way it makes me feel. Like, it is what it is. I also don't drive when I drink bourbon.
Yeah.
So I need to pose a question.
Yeah.
So I can break into the back and forth between you guys here. Was she actively, continually smoking while competing? Or did she go smoke a blunt after the funeral?
She apparently finished the race, got the news,
Okay.
because she was told immediately after finishing her qualifying race
Okay.
that her mother had died, and then she went and smoked pot.
Okay.
So that means that she is in the process of being an Olympic qualifier, and it's when she went
Okay,
and
so
tested next.
So
she popped hot.
she had already
She had qualified.
she had completed and qualified, went and got a blunt, smoked it,
Mhm.
and to the best of our knowledge, that's the only one that she smoked while she's been in the process of being an Olympic athlete, correct? To the best of our
to the best of our
my
knowledge.
knowledge, yes,
to the best
that
of
is
our
the
knowledge, sure.
accurate story.
So, who is saying that this is a lifestyle choice of hers to continuously smoke marijuana while she is an athlete?
Somebody else.
Exactly.
Not even her.
So-
Somebody else is saying that.
So, why? How can we arrive at the conclusion that she is a continual pot smoker
Oh, no,
While
I am not
she's-
saying that she is a lifestyle.
No, he's saying
that
just
she's a lifestyle
those who
promoter.
choose
That's
to
not
say
what I'm
that.
saying at all.
So bringing that statement into fact or into the discussion, for all intents and purposes, it was a one-time use.
I totally
So
agree. My problem is that what Mikey actually brought up is the external argument. It's not her.
yeah, exactly.
It's the external argument of, well, pot's no big deal and da 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 da. I fucking agree with you.
No, it's
The deal is that it's also not in the rules.
yeah.
And the day they lift the rule, fucking A. I hope by all means the Olympic Village is one fucking cloud of smoke.
I'd like to
And
see
we're getting
the
better
fucking
performance every day because they're fucking recovering like mad. Like,
I'd like
I'm all
to
about
see
seeing that.
I'd like to see the fucking test results of the fucking Holland team. I'm just saying, man. All right, like
I would
is the
too.
standard across the board,
But
or the steroid results of the fucking
Russians?
You know what I'm saying?
in all fairness, a
Like,
bunch of those motherfuckers had to compete without a country because of that shit. So
yeah, you know what I mean. But like, still, it's like
But I've said it before. The day that you tell me that there's going to be an all juice Olympics is the day that I fucking pay for cable to watch that
fuck
shit.
yeah, dude.
Well, like-
At that time, it's superheroes fucking
Oh my
fighting.
god! Because
I'm into
I want to
it.
see, I want to see a 27-foot standing long jump.
Fuck
Like
yeah,
that
dude.
shit
I
would
want
be
to see
amazing.
I want to see like a fucking half-mile pole vault.
Right? You're like,
fuck.
this dude just ran the marathon in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, oh, whoa, fuck! His heart popped as soon as he crossed the finish line, but it was amazing.
They had to drape the fucking gold on his casket.
Yeah. Like-
Fucking amazing.
I want to see it.
Well, I mean,
want to see it.
I guess my stand is, why are they going to disqualify her for essentially what amounts to a one-time use when there was an extenuating circumstance underneath the usage? You know,
You have to look,
and I
you have to
guess
look at qualifications. So
yeah,
if it's a one-time use amphetamine,
yeah,
are they still? Is it the same thing? Like it's still against the rules.
Yeah.
Like you still can't use a controlled substance as an Olympian.
Sure.
then there should be a
That's my
lot.
That's why I
thing.
said. I understand.
there's-
That's why I said.
yeah.
Like I
And
prefaced
so-
what I said with
and-
rules are rules.
Right. And like I
she
said,
broke them.
do I give a fuck that she smoked pot? No. Do whatever
Yeah.
the fuck you want to do.
Sure.
But the fact of the matter is that the Olympic standard is you can't use a controlled substance. As soon as they get rid of that, I'm all about it. But you don't get to complain about a rule because you don't think it's a big deal. It doesn't matter. It's still the fucking rule. Like, if all of a sudden they used a size 4 soccer ball in the World Cup instead of a size 5 because there was a mistake that's happened, so that ball was used and now that game has to be disqualified because it's the wrong fucking ball, that's the fucking rule. It has to be a size 5 standard ball. Like, that's the fucking rule for the game.
Fucking hate soccer. Fucking hate it so much. I fucking hate soccer, dude. Any game that you could sprint for 90 minutes and then sometimes nobody fucking wins, fuck out of here. Fucking hate it. It is the worst. It is so fucking boring. Like, I fucking loathe it. Don't get me wrong. I think they are arguably the most athletic people on the planet that play soccer because they sprint for 90 minutes. That's impressive by any fucking standard. But if you can't fucking, it's like, dude, I tried really, really hard and so did all these other guys and nobody fucking won.
Yeah, but the
Fuck.
the videos of the soccer injury overreactions have been glorious.
Oh, dude. You know what, though? They do that because there's a chance that they might not fucking win. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That there might not be a winner. So they fucking, it's just like basketball does the same shit. You know, it's like, they're flopping around and bullshit. Like,
I sprained my toe and I'm out for 6 games.
I fucking loathe soccer. And then you look at like rugby players, who, like their fucking pinkies bent backwards touching their elbow. And they're like, it's all right. Fuck it. Bing. Let's get a scrum, motherfucker. Like just the toughest fucking bastards on the planet, you know? Or Australian football. You ever watch footy? Holy fuck.
Dude, Australian rugby is actually my jam.
Fuck yeah,
Aussie
dude.
rules rugby. I fucking watch that shit all.
Dude.
Anytime it's on.
I could watch
I'm in.
that fucking for days.
I have no idea what's happening. I don't understand the rules of rugby
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
It's like I can pass it sideways or backwards, but I can't pass it forwards unless I kick it. But if I kick it forwards and one of my guys gets it, they can just run for as long as they want to until they get fucking obliterated by somebody else.
Yeah.
But if they get fucking obliterated, they just go like, that was a good fucking hit. And then that fucker can just kick it wherever they want to.
And then I can.
And then there's a
I
stick.
can-
and
I
if I
can-
kick it at the stick, it's worth more points than if I throw it at the stick. Like it's fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm super confused.
But honestly, Australian rules rugby is essentially just violence and there happens to be a ball around.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like there's no other explanation for it. Is there Olympic rugby?
This should. I don't know.
Like, how is there like fucking Olympic curling, but there isn't
There's
rugby?
breakdancing this year.
No.
They put there's a fucking active duty Marine that's representing Team USA as a breakdancer.
That's an Olympic sport.
An Olympic sport is breakdancing this Olympics.
God. His top has got to be thrilled.
Right? Hilarious.
It's an activity
my
marine
God.
Uh-huh.
breakdancer.
Uh-huh.
Is it him?
Who?
Oh.
Who?
Is he going to bring a broadsword?
Talking about Weber? No.
Are you sure?
I mean, he could
Because
definitely
he was a ninja.
he could definitely roll in a ball. I know that.
Maybe he went from being a ninja to being a breakdancer.
You know what? He probably fucking got breakdancing for dummies. And learned how to do it.
How do you even judge that? This is like ribbon dancing.
No fucking clue.
This is like the fucking ribbon dancing. Like, the fuck is that? Like, you watch standard gymnastics and then you watch like the ribbon dancers, and it's like,
Yeah, like the floor presentation or whatever.
this is
The
like the fact that
twirlers.
your high school had a cheerleading squad and then it had a fucking the flag people.
or the dance team or
And
whatever
it's
the
like,
fuck.
oh, so you're the motherfuckers that couldn't make it on the cheerleading squad, so now you've got a flag.
Or
They
they,
just sit there and
or
twirl
they
it.
were like band nerds that didn't know how to play an instrument.
What I love are any of the fucking marching bands that have the rifle twirling team. And it's
Uh-huh.
like, you can't read music. That's why you ended up on the rifle team. Like, I get it. Like,
Or the one dude with the staff who's in charge.
or the fucking,
The band fucking
the
leader.
band leader or whatever that
It's
just has
like-
the stick that just does this.
Yeah.
It's like, the fuck?
Have you ever watched like a military marching band? They always have
Yeah,
like
they're boring as fuck.
they always have like a master sergeant or some shit out front with that fucking big ass wand though.
Yeah.
And
They're boring
just
as fuck.
fucking-
That's
it's
why
all
you-
like floppy cocking.
You
in
got to
his
watch the
hand and
marching
shit.
bands from the South because those motherfuckers are
Oh,
like,
they get it.
oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, dude, drumline, bro.
Yeah.
They get it. Fucking,
You're just fucking just sitting there just
and they're like
just-
fucking.
And all of a sudden, somehow they've got a marching synthesizer that's out there just fucking dropping bass lines and shit. And you're just like, how the fuck?
There's
You
like
know
a-
what? I'm not even mad.
There's,
Like,
there's like a dude with a towel beatboxing on his way out and
Yeah.
shit in front of him.
It's fucking amazing.
It's fucking amazing. Yeah.
their fucking drum master has like half his uniform unbuttoned. His
Yeah.
fucking hat's cocked sideways and shit. And he's
Just-
out there with his stick, just
Just
fucking,
fucking swagger as
just-
fuck.
planting that shit at the 50-yard line and just fucking cock swinging the whole fucking time. It's just going at it. It's fucking amazing. Like, I'm there for it.
Like, I like it when you see like the
You know
fucking
what? You know
aerial
what?
photo.
God
and you
damn it.
see,
If
and they like,
breakdancing can make it to the Olympics, so does fucking marching band. Like, that shit.
I fucking
I
agree
would
with
watch
that.
the fuck out of that.
Can you imagine like a
Olympic level marching band.
That'd be amazing. I'd watch
Dude,
that.
Oh my god.
I'd watch that.
Dude, that's
There'd be a lot of drug testing going on there.
why? What the fuck are they doing?
Because it's in the rules.
Do you know
It's
what
in the
happens?
fucking rules.
Here's my deal. Okay, Olympic Committee, are you listening to me? Are you ready for this? We're gonna let marching band into the Olympics, and they're the only sport that gets disqualified if more than 30% tests clean.
Unless it's steroids.
Unless it's steroids.
Put them all on steroids.
Then they're all fucking done because that's the whole separate. That's the separate Olympics, and you got to go compete on that side. You got to go compete on the juiced side of the Olympics.
Dude.
But it's fucking amazing, man.
Yeah.
So especially the HBC universities, the historically black colleges, HBCU.
Did you ever see the one that did Michael Jackson? And it like they fucking moonwalked
Yeah,
in fucking
it's
formation?
fucking incredible.
Fucking amazing.
Well, not
dude.
only have you ever seen the A&M marching band? Wow, I didn't even get the whole phrase out, and the whoop came from the audience. It's a cult, dude. I'm telling you.
I know.
But have you ever watched them?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, I was in the military and we couldn't figure out how to do a fucking reverse column without just everybody just fucking in there with a concussion. These motherfuckers do it with instruments. And it's
Yeah.
like,
No, some
it's
of them
like
are fucking
how the
good,
fuck did you
man.
get a tuba through there?
But
Like,
some of it's awesome, dude. Like
yeah,
it's
fucking
genuinely
incredible to watch.
impressive.
But the HBCU stuff, I watch that all fucking day.
Fuck yeah.
Like, I lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, which is where Carolina A&T is. And I would literally go to their football games just because their halftime show would blow your fucking mind.
Hell yeah.
You could miss like the front two quarters, just watch them because the football team sucked. But the band.
We're in Texas.
Woo!
We're in Texas. What's like the number one thing for communities in Texas here? High school fucking football. And I live right next to Steele High School, which is one of the top three
Dude, you're
in
like-
the state.
You're like 4 miles from Judson.
And Judson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is another one of the top three. You know what I mean? Like
Well, they've been like number one for like the last 20 fucking years.
Well, Steele took one 2 years ago. Then
The
they were
Judson
second.
Rockets are like legend status.
Yeah.
Like people move into that district just so their kids can go play Judson football.
Yeah. Same with Steel though.
Because those motherfuckers get
literally-
scholarships and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it's fucking NFL farm teams essentially.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
they're college farm teams at a minimum.
yeah. Like I mean, fuck.
UT, A&M, all those schools, all go look at those fucking high schools.
They're scouts at almost every fucking
yeah,
game.
it's bonkers.
But the marching bands there also no slouch. So they get out there. They get out there for the fucking halftime show. They do it big, just like they would, because
Well, that's like
it's a farm team for them too.
San Antonio NAISD.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever seen their stadium out off of
It's
1604?
huge. It's a stadium. I
It's-
didn't have a stadium in fucking high school.
It's that stadium is as big as the Alamo Dome downtown, but it's just open air. It's just as big.
Look at Judson.
Judson's is huge.
Judson's is massive.
And that's for the high school. That's the district stadium. Judson's is like
just the one school.
What the
Steel.
fuck?
Steele's is massive too. It's
We're
like,
also,
what
I think, the
fuck,
only
dude?
state that has a 5A
Yeah.
district for football. I think we're the only state with a 5A.
Yeah.
Everybody else tops at 4A. So absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Telling you, man.
Dude, so there it is.
There
we
it
need
is.
fucking Olympic marching band.
I'm with it.
And fucking make pot legal so stupid shit like this doesn't happen.
Right?
By the
Fuck.
way, pro tip, if you want to make sure you don't get drug tested because you might be smoking pot, don't show up with gold hair and blue lips. Like, what the fuck? Just think about this for like 2 seconds.
You know what though?
Just 2 fucking seconds. Just be like,
I will say this about girl who's not going. At least she respected the fucking flag.
100%.
Damn straight.
You know what I mean? I don't think you should be allowed to represent your country while hating your country.
Do you ever, this is why I have so much respect for Usain Bolt. You ever seen that video of Usain
When he
Bolt?
stops in the
he's
middle?
in a little
Yeah.
of an interview, and he's from Jamaica.
Yeah.
And the American national anthem went off, and he was like, "We're gonna have to wrap this up."
Yeah,
and
he's like,
stopped and
he's
just
hold up.
stopped talking to her.
Stop
and
talking to her and turn around and
turned
faced
around
and
to
just-
respect another country's national anthem.
And he was just like national anthem.
If you were an Olympian, you were there to represent. You were not there for you.
I agree.
You didn't win your gold. You didn't win shit for you. And this isn't speaking as an American. This is speaking as any fucking Olympian. You were there to represent the nation.
Yeah.
I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you're from fucking Zambia or here or Russia or fucking India. I don't give a fuck. You were there to compete for your flag. You were not there to
Yeah.
compete for any other reason. That's the point of the Olympics. That's always been the point of the Olympics.
Yep.
Like, just go do you. And if you think you're changing the world, you're not. Because you need to keep in mind, Nazi Germany hosted the Olympics, and a black Olympian went from the United States and whooped ass.
That's truth.
And I mean wholesale ass. And held records for like 50 years.
Yep.
Kind of whooped wholesale ass. And that motherfucker stood for every single time. And flat out said at the end of it that he was there for his country and ran in somebody else's shoes.
'Cause
Some
his
bitch
got
was
stolen.
so badass. Because his got stolen to try and slow him down.
Yep.
And that shit didn't matter because he was there for the pride of a country.
He didn't run in somebody else's shoes. He dug them out of the dumpster.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because he was a badass. And he
Yeah.
ran for the country. And on that, that's fucking freedom. And I will raise my
Goddamn
goddamn
right.
glass
Fuck yeah.
and
Cheers
say
to
thank you
him.
to every single one of you for being my freedom friends. Oh, I got to do the reach.
We gotta reach.
Clink.
Hey.
Got it.
And that's fucking freedom.
Mhm. Sweet, sweet freedom.
So, if
Like,
you check
share,
out-
subscribe, do all that shit.
especially on YouTube if you haven't yet, you
Yeah.
fucking ignorant fucks.
And tell your mom.
Tell your friends
Tell your fucking mom's friends.
that
Dave.
we're on YouTube and you need to go fucking subscribe.
Dave,
Yo.
did you get your butt scarf?
No.
Well, we need to work on that. God damn it. Shit.
Meh.
I get it. It's not a butthole scarf.
I'm
John illustrated it well enough.
I'm a relatively patient individual.
Which is why you
Relatively.
need a butt scarf.
Yeah.
Relatively.
That's why you deserve a butt scarf.
That's why because you are a patient
Yeah.
individual.
You just deserve that. Anyways.
Anyways,
Yeah.
warfightertobacco.com. If you hit them with the code
Freedom Friends. Score yourself that sweet
Oh.
15% off.
and owellness.us. If you go over there and you hit them with the code FreedomFriends25, you're going to get a
Quarter off your order.
God damn it. See?
So,
Dude,
yeah.
if we had periods, we'd totally be in sync.
You're goddamn right. So whether you're bleeding separate or bleeding together, goddamn it, I hope you guys have a great week. We will see you fuckers next time. Take
And there's
care.
just 3 simple little things that we ask you to do.
Not complicated or anything. Dave, why don't
hit
you
him
hit
with
with
the
the
first
first one?
That'd be smoke on.
Mikey?
Ooh, drink on.
And God damn it, boys.
Freedom
From
to
the
fuck
fuck
on.
on.
There it is.
Later.
You have a pad I can borrow?
No, I'm a tampon kind of gal.
That's fine. We'll go deep.
Yeah.
2 fingers? 3 fingers? What are we fucking...
I don't know. I'm confused by the whole applicator thing.
How many knuckles?
It's got to be a 2-knuckler.
It's at least a 2-knuckler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
You've got a wide set vagina and
I
heavy
heard
flow.
I heard it hurts really bad because it's like basically ripping a scab off when you pull one out.
Oh, that doesn't sound right at all.
Sounds terrible, right?
No, it can't be that
I
bad.
think it's pretty bad.
Mm.
You ever been in there? It stays
It
kind of
seems like
moist.
it would be more like trying to remove a marshmallow from a s'more.
Well, that's just gooey. I don't know.
God damn it.